so good. Hi book besties, welcome back to my channel. I'm Angel, and if I sound sick, I am, so please bear with me. And also, happy 2025. It is January 1st when I'm filming this, and you guys will be seeing this either the 2nd or the 3rd, so happy new year. Wishing you all a year filled with joy, love, peace, prosperity, abundance, all of that. Nothing but the best for my besties. Filming this a little bit late, like I said, I am sick, so hopefully you all won't mind. But obviously, as you guys can tell by the title and by the TBR card, we are finally picking our TBR for the month of January. I cannot believe it. I have selected 14 books that I am in the mood to read because 2025, this is the year of loving what we're reading and not forcing ourselves to read something that we don't want to read, because again, reading is a hobby. Let's keep it fun. And also, with that being said, I'm only going to choose 6 because I do have 2 books that I already know that I'm going to read. We'll talk a little bit more about those at the end. And then also, since it is January, my birthday month, I'm just going to keep saying that, I'm sorry, but I know I'm going to do a lot of book shopping, so I know my mood reading tendencies are going to get to me, and I'm probably going to want to read some of the new books that I get. So we're going to keep it light this month because I know me. But okay, enough yapping. Let's get into it. Okay, we have book number 5, and I'm going to remove this choice so we don't pick it again, even though it tends to refresh and we pick it again. Anyways, it's a very thin one. And might I just say, this is always just so fun. This is my favorite way by far, picking my TBR. It takes a lot to wrap these books, but it's just so fun. It's worth it. We have Bunny by Mona Awad. And I always say this, but this cover is so stunning. I recently tried out Dark Academia, and I didn't really like the book that I read, but this is also Dark Academia, so I want to see how I feel about this. And I'm going into this with not the highest hopes because I've heard that this is like a fever dream and kind of weird, and I've heard that it's like a thriller, borderline horror, and I've heard that this is like a darker version of the movie Heather. So I'm treading lightly, but I'm excited to see what I think. It's a very thin book. So yeah, this is the year we will be stepping out of our comfort zone and trying new things. And I feel like I sound so sick. I'm so sorry. So yeah, first book on our TBR, we have Bunny. We have number 10. Okay, we have Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. This is one of the new books that I recently got from the thrift store. If you guys aren't new here, you know I say this a lot. Like, I love romances that are like deep, devastating, heartbreaking. That's my vibe. And I've heard that this is kind of like that. And on the back it says, "For years I've dreamt of what college life could bring. And while some things changed, there was always one constant. It didn't matter how wild I allowed my imagination to run. It always led me to the same place in the end. It led to him. My future was clear and he was it. Until suddenly he wasn't. Now I'm a shell of who I was, on a path too blurry to follow, and I see no way out, no way up. They say first loves last forever. That's exactly what I'm afraid of." Y'all, that sounds so good. I've heard a lot of people cried from this. I'm hoping that I'll be one of them. You know, one of my goals is for a book to make me cry. It hasn't happened yet, and I'm hoping that we get that this year. But I have heard that this is boring, so I guess we'll see what I think. Okay, so we have book number 7. Oh, here we have The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. I was hoping for this one just because I'm so excited to read more of Kristen Hanna's books. Again, another book that I have no idea what it's about, but I know it's historical fiction, and it says Texas, 1921. It says the Great War is over. I think this is about the Great Depression. Let me see. It says The Four Winds is a rich, sweeping novel that suddenly brings to life the Great Depression and the people who lived through it, the harsh realities that divided us as a nation, the enduring battle between the haves and the have-nots. A testament to hope, resilience, and the strength of the human spirit to survive adversity. I have not heard too much about this one, but I hear literally all of her books are amazing. So I'm excited to continue my Kristen Hanna journey. Okay, 3 more. I feel like this videos always go by so quickly, too quickly, and it always makes me want to pick more, but I'm gonna be strict and stick to 6. Okay, we got number 12. Ooh, this one's thick. You guys, we have Empire of Storms along with Tower of Dawn, because I will be doing the tandem read. You guys, I am scared for this tandem read just because look at all this reading. You know it's a lot. Like 2 thick books. So I've been waiting for the perfect moment to finally start the tandem read because I knew it was going to take a lot. So I'm finally in a fantasy mood, and so it is time to do this tandem read. If you have any advice on how to read it or just any advice for the tandem read in general, let me know because I'll be needing all the help that I can get. I am super excited though because I've missed these characters so much. I think about them so often. Our TBR stack just got a lot bigger. Okay, so we have number 4. I forgot to remove it, but whatever. Hold on. Okay, that looks better. Number 4. We have The Hunting Party by Lucy Foley. This is another new one I just got from the thrift store, which I'm so happy this got picked because it's perfect for winter. And I've not picked too many thrillers yet. You guys know I love me a good thriller. It says a New Year's reunion in the remote Scottish wilderness, the beautiful one, the golden couple, the volatile one, the new parents, the quiet one, the city boy, the outsider. One of these friends is a murderer and one won't make it out alive. And if you know me, you know I love a good whodunit, and that's the vibe I'm getting from this. So I'm super excited. I'll probably be reading this soon. Let me take the stickers off. I just made it look so much worse. Okay, I got them off. And I have not read anything by Lucy Foley, so I'm excited to get a taste of her writing. Yeah. Okay, now we are on our last spin. I feel like this has gone by too quickly. Okay, we got book number 8. This is a really thin one. Final pick. I got When She Returned by Lucinda Berry, and I actually have another Lucinda Berry book on my TBR, but we'll talk about that really soon, okay? It says, she disappears a wife and a mother. She comes home a stranger. Kate Bennett vanished from a parking lot 11 years ago, leaving behind her husband and young daughter. When she shows up at a Montana gas station, clutching an infant and screaming for help, investigators believe she may have been abducted by a cult. Kate's return flips her family's world upside down. Her husband is remarried, and her daughter barely remembers her. Kate herself doesn't look or act like she did before. While the family tries to help Kate reintegrate into society, they discover truths they've been hiding from each other about their own relationships. But they aren't the only ones with secrets. As the family unravels what happened to Kate, a series of shocking revelations shows that Kate's return is more sinister than any of them could have imagined. I've heard mixed reviews about this book. A lot of people don't like the cult aspect of this, so I'm interested to see what I think of it. But I've heard that her books are very fast-paced, and so far the book that I'm reading by her is very fast-paced and very short as well. Like, this is under 300 pages. And that is the last book we are picking blindly. But we can talk about the other books that I have already on my TBR as well. For the book club that I'm in with my friends, we have Saving Noah by Lucinda Berry as our January read. And I'll be reading that on my Kindle, but I am probably gonna get the physical copy. And I have already started it. It is very fast paced. It's about and it is kind of a disturbing read. So like, check the trigger warnings if you get triggered. But it's about and it's in the point of view of a mother and son. Basically, Noah is the son, and he does something that's kind of, but I will put the description up somewhere on the screen and you can pause to read it. But it's also a very quick read, under 300 pages, and like I said, very fast paced. And then the second book that's also on my TBR is a book that I'm still reading, which is A Love Letter to Whiskey. And I don't know why it's taking me so long to read it, because I am enjoying it. They're just very frustrating. Like, a lot keeps happening, but I am fairly enjoying it. I'm also reading that on my Kindle, which I will still probably get the physical copy because I have highlighted so many sentences. So I need to get the physical copy so I can annotate it. And I'm loving that book so much, but it's just taking me so long to get through it. I'm going to read the Goodreads description since I don't have the physical book. It says, this is not your typical love story. It's a story of almost and could have beens, a friendship that teeters on the edge of something more. of passion so intoxicating it burns. Jamie and B are two hearts caught in the tangle of bad timing and unspoken words. Their connection defies labels. Too deep for friendship, too tangled for love. Over a decade of moments, chances, and missed opportunities, they find themselves drawn together like a moth to a flame, even when the world and their own mistakes keep pulling them apart. Is it obsession, destiny, or just self-destruction with a pretty face? Sometimes love isn't about finding the right person. It's about the moment when everything aligns. But what if that moment never comes? So, as you can tell, even by the description, very frustrating, but I'm loving it. It's just a long book, and I've been reading other books in between, so yeah. But anyways, let's do a quick wrap up of all the books that we have on our TBR. Even though you just watched this whole video, we're still gonna do a wrap up, okay? Just go with it. We have Bunny, Say You Swear, The Four Winds, Empire of Storms, Tower of Dawn, The Haunting Party, When She Returned, Saving Noah, and A Love Letter to Whiskey. Quite a pretty and colorful stack, and we have quite a good variety of genres, so I love that. But okay, I guess we can go ahead and end off this video. If you watched all the way up to this point, you are a real one, but also comment down below this emoji, just because I like to see watch my videos all the way through. And it's kind of like an inside joke that only the besties know. So leave that down below so I know if we're besties or not. Okay.